Greetings panel. My name is Khyati Parikh and I am here to uphold the motion that yes, we are independent. But before we move on to any constructives, let's characterize the motion first. We are independent. So when I talk about the we here, I mean the people in reference to their respective governments. That is the body politic of any given democracy is the stakeholder here. And when I say independent, I do not necessarily mean that nobody is going to impose on you. What I mean instead is your power of retaliation and whether or not it exists. It's not even about you being afraid of availing it, it's about it being there in the status quo, because the whole essence of independence lies in the realization of what you hold as your power to retaliate and your potential to retaliate in terms of you having the wherewithal. And now let's move on to the constructives to see how independence is very much real. At the outset, I'd like to clarify that as the member of the proposition, I'm not here to disclaim the status quo or be delusional. I do not wash my hands off of what is happening in the status quo. In fact, I believe that it's happening worldwide and it needs to stop. I'm not arguing any statistic given by the opposition because despite all of that, why I still think that I do not find any regret matrix to say that independence is not there is what I'm going to talk about today. So firstly, let's talk about the individual heft that we see. Every democracy is ripe with problems because if Article 19 gives you the freedom of speech, Clause 2 gives the government the right to claim public morality and integrity to curb it. So the opposition does not have to play the blame game of putting it on the people or putting it on the government because I believe that the propensity of misuse lies on either side. But even at that point, considering that we're in 21st century with its salient features, I argue that we can never go back to being as worse as before. For example, during the emergency under Indira Gandhi, given the outreach today we have as people. Every individual today has the outreach to not only give voices to the unheard but to become that voice themselves. Individuals can move and shift to independent journalism, which is why, for example, Disha Ravi got arrested because the government is perturbed. If the government is taking down a Twitter account to curtail your freedom of speech, do not think that the government is getting too majoritarianist. Instead, have a more sanguine view and think why the government is doing it, because that is where their apprehensions lie. It tells us that the strongest power lies in community solidarity that happens over social media. Which is why I do not think that individuals today do not have independence, because individuals today are very well equipped against authoritarian regimes. Because of the transcultural and transnational affinity that we have and the global respect for democratic principles, we will always have the instruments to not be perturbed by the government because there will always be support from outside, which is why Donald Trump or any other exploitative leader will always be wary of social media. Next, what we need to pay attention to is how the media today is able to point out government's flaws and call it fascist, which is exactly where the irony lies. In an autocratic government, you do not get to debate whether or not the government is autocratic. You cannot call the government fascist and get away with it. Even independent journalism today is able to blatantly point out issues in the government which emboldens independence like never before. I am not saying that the governments aren't festering or that democracy isn't festering. But what I also believe is that the inherent property and inherent danger to democracy is dissent every now and then and exploitation every now and then respectively, which we need to overcome and strengthen it thereafter, which we should not fret. Because no matter the country, democracy will have problems, but that does not mean that your independence is getting curtailed. Let's take China for example. If China was completely isolated, people wouldn't know what's happening outside and they won't realize that they are being exploited. So when an oblivion exists of an alternative being there, only that is when your independence is curtailed. So the opposition says whatever to say, this is bad or that is bad. But I believe that is just mere citing of facts, which is not what this debate is about. Because facts can be altered and we stand by them anyway. But as long as your cognitive abilities are intact, as long as you have narratives to refer to, and as long as you are receptive, your independence cannot be curtailed. This is where I rest my case. Thank you.